Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another live session with the Hype Magazine. I'm your editor-in-chief, Jerry Doby, and today, I've got one of the legends in the music game, hailing from the Midwest, St. Louis, St. Lunatic, Mr. Murphy Lee. He is an amazing talent. He goes beyond the music. We're going to talk about some of the things that he's doing aside from just music as he expands his reach. Welcome and appreciate the opportunity to talk to you, man.
Hey, appreciate you having me, man. How you doing?
I'm amazing. Can't cry, can't complain. Nobody listens to me anyway. So I just keep it pushing. You know what I mean?
That's, that sound about right.
Hey,
Good. I'm good even when I ain't.
even when I ain't, yeah, I'm good. I'm above ground. Nobody's shooting at me. Ain't no bombs going off. And
Mhm.
all kinds of good stuff, man. So look, man, you have been covered by everybody, their cat, uncle, and dog throughout your career. As part of the St. Lunatics and as Murphy Lee to stand alone and done some incredible things. So the media has given their opinion, and people, from the outside looking in have given their opinion. But from the inside looking out, how do you see Murphy Lee?
Um, I see Murphy Lee as one of the coolest humans on earth. So me personally, my thoughts might be different from everybody else's, but I see a father, I see a businessman, I see an artist, I see a creator, I see a brother, sister, uncle, all that.
Okay. Was there a defining moment that made you choose music as a career? How did that come about? I've never heard you actually address, like a defining moment in your life that where you said, "Yep, this is it."
Um, I was in high school and we had a hit record in the local hit record. And we was in my class, they played the radio during class and all that type of stuff. So I was listening to my music at school, you know what I'm saying? Like I think I knew then when I noticed that, how the people in my regular peers were responding to me. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, we definitely gotta take it serious. So I'd say around my sophomore year in high school.
Okay. Over the
Yeah.
time, what's been the most satisfying for you about making music?
The most satisfying part of making music probably be it started off as results. You know what I'm saying? What I can get out of these records that I make, and then now it's more so um being amazed by my own creativity. You know what I'm saying? Going places where I wouldn't go normally. When we were on a label, I think we were looking for specific type of beats, specific type of sounds and cadences and stuff like that. Now I'm just free. My mind's free. I can go wherever I want to go. I used to be like, that sounds like somebody else beat, or this sounds like some. And now it all sounds like mine. I just do them all. You know what I'm saying? Like no walls on that. So I think now it's more so that just for the love of it. You know what I'm saying? The love of it made me go in.
And so for the love of it, it inspires you to expand your reach and touch different genres. I was listening to some of your work, and you've gone from the party joints to like joints like Flowers in Bars. That's a roll call, a historic roll call of some of the impact people within our culture. And are you what are you trying to address there? I know for me what I took from it, but what are you trying to address and put forward? It's definitely positive, everything that I saw.
Yeah, definitely positive. I think, and I named a lot of people that people might not even know that inspire. It's like really I'm giving people their flowers in these bars that I'm writing now, and I'm giving it to them. If anything that they did or contributed in their life that helped us as a people, I I'm thanking them now. You know what I'm saying? I also I feel like people put their lives on the line for our culture, and we don't appreciate that at all. We don't understand that if somebody just gets on TV just talking, some of that real talk, that's putting their family in danger, and a lot of stuff can go on. You know what I'm saying? Because of that. And I just wanted to thank them for that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody I mentioned did something that sparked something in my brain. You know what I'm saying? Having knowledge of self since like 1998, this sparked something. And I was able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, our beginning music, a lot of times we were going for a certain crowd and we didn't get a chance to like even tell you who we are as a person. You know what I'm saying? In our music. And I watched that. Like, if you look at all the classic albums and things of that nature, they talked with their, you know what I'm saying? They talked with their life. I think we spoke for a crowd. So when you're making party music and when you're making feel good music, sometimes you're speaking to a certain crowd that you know that just want to bob their head. You know what I'm saying? And then we just so happen to have a little longevity with it because we actually were saying something. You know, we actually put lyrics behind a party beat.
Right.
Whereas when party stuff come on, people just say whatever, just to rhyme real quick. And we put some lyrics behind it. So it took us a long way, but at the same time, we never really got nothing off our chest. We never really spoke on anything personal. And that's what this second time around album is that you're listening to, is like it just touching all of that, you know, and especially from a grown perspective, because hip hop is grown now. And it's like I'm able to talk to people that are my age, whereas back then we used to have to talk to teenagers, kids. You know, the grown folks was like, man, I don't listen to no rap, you know. But now hip hop is older. My peers need something to listen to too. You know what I'm saying? They're not around just doing drugs and holding guns all day. So they need music too. You know?
So real hip hop heads are not sitting there wasting their time flashing money and taking videos with sticks and whatnot. So ain't no real gangster doing that right there. You know what I mean?
Nobody. You don't want to let nobody know you got that. And matter of fact, it's 2023, so we all got that. So just stop, like let it go. You know?
Yeah. I'm curious, as you sat back, and I'm gonna ask you a question as a subject matter expert on the culture right now. So as you sat back and analyzed not only your music, but the music in the industry from the time that you kicked off to today, what have you noticed in the evolution, not only of the presentation, but the business side of the game?
Even when you think you know, you don't know, you know, and it's this business is no different from everything you see on the grocery store shelf. You know what I'm saying? One person to four people, four companies own almost everything in there. You know what I'm saying? It's two farms. You know, they controlling the whole nine. So it's like they just put a different brand on a different label on it. So it's the same thing with this music business and labels. Four people are in charge. You know what I'm saying? And they playing a game with us in there. And they got these kids on streams and they're giving them 0.003 of a penny, and you didn't even know you can break down a penny. I never got changed for a penny in my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow, this is deep. So just the control of it, it's been going on and it's still gonna keep going on. Why? Because only a few people control it. Only a few people controlling the media. Only a few people are controlling. You feel what I'm saying? So I think these kids and artists are pretty glad that they have social media to be able to, you know, get their own opinions and ideas out in a faster manner, because otherwise it'll be super controlled. Like we're actually seeing a lot of freedom, but at the same time, this stuff is still controlled. You're gonna hear a lot of people say, I own this, I own that, I got my own this. Nah, you got your own, but you ain't making nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it don't even matter about ownership if you don't have none. I'd rather have a partner and make money than, you know, own something that's not making nothing. What are we talking about? So I think it's a big facade, a big fugazi, you know what I'm saying, smoke and mirrors that people see. You know, people try to tell you can do it this way, but there is no one way in this. It's a million lanes you can go in, and you should try some other ones. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people are doing the same thing. I think they said something about 200,000 songs dropping a month.
Easy. It's crazy.
It'd be okay if that was 10 people doing all that.
Yeah.
But we're talking about 200,000, and those are 200,000 different artists. Like, wow, like what's going on? So it's crazy, and it's a single game. So it's back to like the 60s and 70s where they dropping singles, you know, at the same time. And no, so you're not going to hear any good projects out there like that as a whole. They're gonna, if it's so, it's going to be because they have 3 or 4 singles that they're trying to push on there. Other than that, no one's trying to come up with a classic album, things of that nature. So I'm trying to stay in my lane, and that's what I kind of want to create. I think the classic albums are where it's at because I believe in a brand more so than a song, and I think that's why we have longevity. You know.
So the second time around album, which is available on your site, I noticed I
Yes, sir.
didn't see it on the DSPs. You very smart move. I I from a 20, 30 years ago, I've always said I want to get first count on my money, first and only count on my money, and then I'll pay
Mm-hmm.
who I owe. You know what I mean? Rather than you know what I
Flat
mean?
out.
So, what was definitive about you making that business move? Was it because of the label situations and the abuse by the machine of the product?
Um, yeah, it's definitely a protest, and it's definitely I'm trying to, if we're gonna be independent, let's go independent. Like, what are we doing? So if you really look at it, the top 20 artists in all genres, not even just one genre piece, um, are the only ones making money off the streams. You know what I'm saying? Like real money, like real money. So it's like anybody who's underground or trying to come up or things of that nature, you're not making no money. I dropped 42 records. I think I did 42 weeks. Every week I dropped a new song and put them on streams in 2020 when we were in a pandemic or whatever. And at the end of the year, I saw like $200. You know what I'm saying? I was like $200, and I was like, and I ain't touching either. I just let it keep going, see whatever it do. But I'm like, that's not my route. It can work for somebody else if y'all do that and y'all get a certain amount of streams. But I can't be doing millions and trillions of streams and get $12. This is not cool. You know what I'm saying? So if you get a million streams, you're getting $3,000 maybe. You know what I'm saying? Because best believe they're gonna find a way to break that down. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you're supposed to get. So these, I guess, people are settling for that. You know, they go out and do their shows and do whatever else they do in life and settle for those things. But I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to put my great music on your machine and people got to search my name. They can't go just see it nowhere. It ain't like it's just sitting in the front waiting on folks. So it's like, what's my real point? If you still got to put in MURPH, then I might as well send you straight to my website and come get it from me. What am I playing for?
Right.
If it worked for me, then I would do the streams, but it don't work for me. You know what I'm saying? It's I think it worked for certain artists. My fans aren't just sitting on Spotify all day looking for songs. You know what I'm saying? My fans aren't just searching title like that. So I got to do mine a different way, and this is the way I did. I'd rather walk up on you. You know what I'm saying? If I got a show in a certain city, hey, how many other people there? That's how many albums we sold. You know, I'm going in with the promoters, and I'm like, yo, all ticket sales, I need this amount or whatever I need. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to give them a free album, or I want to give them the album. You know what I'm saying? With their purchase of the ticket. So try to work that in, man, and just get it working and just build my own fan base. I got people texting me at 314-408-TIX. That's 8427. And, they can subscribe to me and just, get the stuff early when I release it. I talk to them on a regular, the whole nine. That's just the way to reach me. And that's just how I want to do it, straight fan and artist.
Okay. So talking about capitalizing off of your own intellectual property and things like that, you launched the Murphy Lee Experience Tour, and you got comedians, great DJ, of course, and performances and things. Talk to me about the tour, the mission, your theme, and your goals with that.
Yeah, that's part of the protest too. It's part of just doing your own thing and getting it out there. And like I said, that's how I get my album. It's no other way to do it. Prince did it when he turned into the artist. He went to don't worry about my album, but if you buy a ticket sale, you get the album. You come out to my show, you get an album. So that's the route I wanted to take with the experience. Also, at my age, I don't. A lot of my fans don't like to just sit around and crowd dive all day. So so it's a different demographic to where I know they want to sit down, chill, have their drink with their woman, maintain and hear some good music, especially when it comes from me and a live band. You know what I'm saying? And also, what could go with that? How do they leave with something? And I added comedy to it, and I added, a few musicians to it and other artists to it. Bring my family out and things of that nature. And the comedy is like my part of my life anyway, so it worked.
Okay. So it's kind of a new Murph, between the kid who kicked it off in the hip hop game 20 years ago. You know what I mean? And shout out to hip hop 50 years.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? It's a beautiful thing. Nobody thought it would last a year, much less 50 years, and
Mhm.
give people opportunities to feed their families around the world and
Yeah,
change politics and community standards around the world. So it's a beautiful thing. Uh
definitely.
yeah, so New Murph, you wiser, and uh I don't want to say older. I got a bunch of gray too. So we're gonna leave the old world out, but definitely wiser, more experienced and seasoned.
Yeah,
Uh,
man.
between the two of us, I'm the one who's superannuated, and I accept that fact. But I would like to know how you've watched the man Murph morph throughout the navigation of the entertainment industry maze, and as a business person.
Just a whole lot of method, a whole lot of, you learn from your mistakes and you learn from your L's and things of that nature. And you learn from not being scared to take a chance sometimes. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, let's learn from it and do it again, and try it a different way. So I think it's more of that, far as experience and just far as morphing into the new Murph. The kids can definitely help with that. Wife can definitely help with that. Just growing the mailbox can help you with
Right, right,
that.
right.
The bills don't stop. So I think that nature, what I'm saying. I've been on my own. I've been gone. I left when I was supposed to leave out my parents' house, you know what I'm saying? So I've been gone since 18, ain't been back. And it's like I was grown very early. I light up when when the camera come on and when the stage come on, but everybody know I'm an old laid back old man. I don't like clubs. I don't like doing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm so laid back and so chill and so wise, like you said. I'm deep in the mind part of this game, and I think now, we get to do what we want to do, so it shows more. But I would have been talking like this at 22, but I knew, we can't do that.
Yeah, they don't respect that at that age.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah.
"What is he talking about? He getting beside
Or
himself."
or or you die at 26. Either or, they just,
You feel me?
you say the wrong thing too young and with too much power, you know how it is. That's crazy.
They will come after you. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir.
So that's probably what sparked off and puts a lot of meaning behind the second time around album project. Then is here it is me seeing meeting myself again as the
Whoa,
real me.
whoa. That's deep. And that's true. You hit it on the money. I appreciate you. You just hit it on the money. I don't even have to answer that. If that was a question that don't need to be answered or nothing, like that's exactly what it is. I was introducing the new me to myself and to my fans that's been there from the jump.
Okay.
And the album is sort of a homage to the fans too, to the ones that's been there since day one. And it shows, and definitely from the sales and things of that nature, it shows who it went to, and that's who I'm looking for too. I'm searching the world just to find my people, man.
Okay.
Whole bunch of them out there, so they don't hang out on Instagram all day, and like I said, they different demographics. So I'm walking up on people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that face to face, you know what? Uh years and years ago, I'm not scared to age myself, but I started in this business as the owner of a street team, traveling the country, hanging posters and 12 by 12 flats on the bus stop benches and destroying cities as the tours were coming through and new albums were dropping. We were in the clubs handing out the snippet CDs and t-shirts and all kinds of all of that as the street team getting ready for the artists. And then the artists were coming and we were building in-store displays and they had listening stations and the artists would come and do in-store performances and meet and greets and moving around. So you're kind of bringing that back with your different activities. What you got, the family, you got a bunch of entrepreneurial endeavors, the Murphy Lee experience to it. And I know that you're not just out there doing radio and blogs, but you're hitting the mom and pop record stores still. You're hitting smaller venues, Mike Grace the Park. You know what I mean? the neighborhood gas station where everybody's is at, the QT or whatever. You're doing it the old school with the grind. Talk to me about the differences you've seen in using the machine versus your own elbow grease.
That's money. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying? The machine is a money. And when you're doing it yourself, you're doing it yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely gonna be less. But that's the route I'm going. That's the route I'm more in your face than I am on the social media. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the only route. And that's my big plan. That's what's written down on the paper in the house, you know what I'm saying? For 2023 is to, yeah, when you pull off that highway, you're gonna just see a random Murphy Lee sign, number, you know what I'm saying? Just random. You don't even know what it is. I might not even say album coming out, or album out. I'm just gonna say Murphy Lee, and it's gonna make you Google. So it's that's what I'm on right now.
Can we know more about the family brand?
Yes, family. Me and my wife sort of came up with that. She's a wonderful artist, actress, everything. She's everything. She cold, and she's on the album. My daughter is actually an actress and an artist herself. She's on the album. She's great too, and that's all. We just work it in that way. You know, I got some talented sons too. You know, in the sports world, and also they do their own shows. My youngest son has his own show called Divine's World Adventures, and it's on YouTube. It's for the kids that's younger than him. He's about to turn 7, so he's teaching kids on just learn. It's a learning show more so than anything. Something so our people can see themselves on TV. You know, so it's a dope show. I love that. My wife also writes, makes the beats, to produce the show. She does everything for that mug. So it's a beautiful thing. I love what they got going on. I'm sure that's gonna grow to something crazy. But right now it's at the beginning stages. I just help. Sometimes I'm recording, sometimes I'm in it, sometimes and it's cool, because I grew up on the Sesame Streets and things of that nature. So I know we needed something cool and clean for our folks. That'll teach your kids while you sitting around. You might be cooking or something, and you put them on TV, you can actually turn your head, you know what I'm saying, and know that it's something safe they're watching.
Okay. I know that we've spoken out about the negativity in hip hop, just as a segue to the negativity on TV and things like in our programming for our children. Right. Can I know your straight up opinion of the state of hip hop music as we begin 2023? Uncle Murder did a cold recap, but I would like to get the Murphy Lee take over the situation.
Of the game, period, or what?
Yeah, of the game.
I think the game is always what it's been, man. I really had to go back and listen and think about what happened. First of all, everybody in the 80s wasn't tight. Everybody in the 90s wasn't tight. Everybody in 2000s was not tight. I can name 30, 100 popular songs that we were partying to or listening to, and they were horrible, very horrible. When we were stuck to them, and that's the same thing that goes on now. It's gonna be some dope stuff. It's gonna be some whack stuff. Gangster rap started in the 90s, and that's all you're getting right now. So don't be mad at it because you hear it. You can't be. I was heated. I was thinking about like, why are we always doing it? And then I thought about it like, guess what happens when they turn the mic off? It's really going on. You know what I'm saying? It's really just, we just news reporters, man. We don't do much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that artist is living somewhere in the mansion and he's not doing that stuff, but he ain't doing reporting what his people doing. He can't save the whole hood. You know what I'm saying? Like his people still doing that stuff. Like they out here, So it's that part of it I had to grow up on, you know what I'm saying, and realize that this gangster rap stuff been out for a minute, and these kids gonna talk about what they doing. That's all it is, and it goes to the next generation, and it's a bad trend. I just don't like the low vibration of it. I don't like the darkness of it. It don't have to be dark. Like even when I gangster rap, even in the 90s gangster rap, NWA, it still sounded like happy party. It sounded bad, like, oh, you did that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what's called, and then I thought about how disrespectful we were to women. You know what I'm saying? Everything. So we kind of can't talk about the new music like that and be like, they doing this, doing that. No, they being kids. You know, they being young and what's on their mind at the time. And they grow up and try and change. You know what I'm saying? They gonna
Right.
morph into the new them. You know what I'm saying? So I think we either need to give them time to grow, especially the good ones. You know, give them time, and then it'll be all right. So hip hop is always good. You can search for the great music if you want it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can go to newmurph.com and get it all.
There it is right there. There it is right there. With as many songs you've helped create, listen to, and present it, are you still able to listen to music as a consumer and just vibe out, or do you find yourself constantly analyzing what you're hearing?
Nah, but I wasn't, you know, I used to not be a scammer. You know, I used to listen to the projects, whack or not. I just listen, you know, just for it. But now I find myself skimming through stuff because, like I said, it's either low vibration or it's something going on. You know what I'm saying? Where it's too dark for me. I hit the next one. You know, if it make me bob my head, I keep it on. If it don't, and if it's great, I put it on my playlist. You know, so yeah, I listen to everything, but I promise you, I'm a super scammer because I listen to how people don't care. They don't care about. They just go in the studio, do whatever. They not caring. They just trying to get enough music out. You know, instead of enough good music out. They just worrying about the amount of music they're dropping. They rather drop every day with wax stuff than to drop something dope every once in a while. Kendrick Lamar style. You know what I'm saying? And that's because they all sound alike. If they all didn't sound alike, then it's okay to drop like Kendrick. It's okay to drop every 3 years, 2 years, because you know your character when when it hit the stage, you know what it is. But these kids, they can't even sing their own lyrics on stage because they all sound alike. They faking like they can sing and have to do a show and it sounds horrible, you know.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people that got exposed on the verses. The one that I won't really pick it up, but yeah, folks that was fake singing got exposed for real, live and in color. So you know, leave the auto tune to T-Pain because he can actually sing, and auto tune was just a tool for him. You know, was addressing to his entree. So I feel you, man.
Right.
Is there anything you wanted to cover? Oh, when did you become vegan? Hold up. When did that pop off?
1998, I read Message to the Black Man. 1999, I read How to Eat to Live. And both of them were by Elijah Muhammad. And How to Eat to Live start telling us how to eat once a day. You're not supposed to eat meat, you know, and what it does to our body and things of that nature. So we started then, became a vegetarian in 99. And I ain't ate nothing since, you know. Probably became a vegan, cut out everything, cheese and dairy out in like '02 maybe. So I'm about 22 years in, 23 years in this vegetarian vegan life.
Okay.
It's no longer just, I don't even call myself a vegan at all, like, because they try to separate us,
That's
you
just
know,
how
and
you live.
they want us to be like, you know, they want you to have people to have a thought of what a vegan is instead of I live my life. You know what I'm saying? I eat dope. I eat the same thing you eat. You know what I'm saying? Just in a vegan manner. So
Okay.
I don't like that part of it. I don't like that part of it. So I never really call myself a vegan. I just eat right, or whatever you call right. I just make sure I don't want nothing with a mama. There you go. Unless I love her, unless
Right,
she's my
right,
wife.
right, 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 right. I, I feel that. I feel that. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it. Nothing with a mama unless I love her. I got you. I got you. I got you. That was the slickest adult way to say that, boy.
Man,
I love that. I'm stealing that. I'm just putting it up. I'm putting that out there on record. I'm using that. Learned something today, man. Brother, is there anything you wanted to cover that I may have neglected thus far?
Nah, man, not really. You know me, I be on these things so much, I ain't no telling. I don't know. I don't even know what we said before. What you asked me 3 questions ago? I'm
uh, uh,
everywhere in my head, man. I'm so on my creative mode right now to where I don't know what's going on. But
well,
man, I don't know. Anything you
I,
want to talk about, we can talk about though, definitely.
well, I appreciate your time and patience. I understand that you on the go. Uh, I hope I haven't bored you too much.
Nah, man, you good. I appreciate everything. You talk about the right stuff, man. This was a dope interview, man. Real talk.
I appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it.
So you've been covered by everybody that Cat Uncle and Dog. Is there a question that we in the media have yet to ask you that you've always wanted to answer?
Damn. Um, that's deep. I don't know. I ain't the big gossipy person in the news all the time, so I don't really get asked nothing else about nobody else. So that'd be cool. I like that part of the game. Um, I don't know. Everybody that asked me a little bit. You might have repeated a couple, but you had your own thing going on. So I don't know. I'm trying to think. Mm. Nah, man, y'all cover everything, man.
Okay.
Y'all cover everything. Now you know I'm in the life of this time of my life where it's getting covered, where it's more like family questions and things of that nature. Like so, it's super dope. But I just want to meet personally. I think the news. I think that I need to find a way to, because I think y'all can do it. Because we lost it. Hip hop uh, OGs lost it. You know what I'm saying? Something happened where we were purely separated from the new generation.
Mm.
And I think the only people that can pull it together is like media and DJs. DJs can pull it together by mixing the music. You know what I'm saying? Whether you put in an old school verse on a new person's song or something like that, they need to go that route or something. Something needs to be intertwined, and it probably need to come through media for real. Because what y'all seeing and probably everything that y'all don't like about hip hop is because we not talking, communicating with the young and the old.
So the media need to take some chances and speak out against the things that we see changing that may be uh, dragging the culture and the music of hip hop down, adulterating it.
It's just we going through this, we making the same mistakes. Like it should be been that part should be fixed. We shouldn't be making the same mistakes that we making in the '60s. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm going through publishing stuff right now. We shouldn't be going through the same stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, we should have been changed that. You know what I'm saying? At some point, all these millionaires and billionaires should have been started a music label, bank, whatever. You know what I'm saying? To filter out all this stuff. So it's just stuff we got to do as a whole. We should have been created a union where we, you know what I'm saying, like where if somebody die or somebody get hurt, they taking care of things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? Like we should have been in these stages by now. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, we're only 50 years in. I can't even say that the other genres do it. You know what I'm saying? But I know our hip hop is culture. Like we literally is more than just music with us. So we have to do our own. Whether we be the first or not, we need that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? We should anybody who's not working no more should be still getting paid in some form, fashion if you put something towards this hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Will the Murphy Lee Experience tour, you just did that in October in Atlanta, is that going to be an annual thing or is that going to be an ongoing?
We doing quarterly, so I'm trying to do one in March right now. We doing quarterly like a residence. So every city we go to, we try to come back quarterly, and we try to, swap out the comedians, swap out some of the acts.
Okay.
Or we sometimes we keep it the same because it'd be a whole different crowd the next time. Like we keep it intimate in the places that we pick, so it don't be a million trillion billion people out there. So sometimes the next people that come are a whole different crowd. You know what I'm saying? So it'd be the experience, be dope.
How many cities are in the routing right now? Do you know?
In my head, at least it's like 10 to 12.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
like ten
growing
to
and
12.
expanding. Growing and
Yeah, and we just gonna
expanding. Okay.
that's all. We just gonna keep going and keep touching these same folks once a weekend, twice a weekend.
Okay. Well, look, brother, I appreciate the time. I saw that you had a medicinal thing going on earlier on. I'm gonna let you get to it.
Oh, you silly. Yeah, it ain't stopping no show, man. It ain't stopping no show.
I appreciate you. Uh, look, this brother is part of hip hop history, not only from the Midwest, but a movement that expanded on a global scale. I'm sure
Yes,
that
sir.
Murphy Lee gets mobbed just about any country that he goes to, because the music that they made was so impactful, and he's continuing that on. So with some even more meaningful things. One of my favorites, I'm gonna just say it. I like Human Love, and I like Flowers and Bars, and I think that you're addressing items that we need to touch. And thank you for the courage and the leadership to step out there and push the word. Second Time Around is the new album. You can get that directly from his site. You know what I mean? I think he said newmurph.com,
Yes,
and
sir.
um, catch all of his merch. He's got You See Me apparel, Murphy Lee TV, and some fun stuff. So go check him out. Check him out. He's an experience. He's more than a party guy, and he's more than the music. He is an entrepreneur that's helping to provide not only for his family, but other people to provide for their families and their downlines through his entrepreneurship, giving opportunities. He's leading from the front, and we salute you and wish you much continued success. Anything that we could do at the Hype Magazine, you know, my brother, I'm down to it. And I'm going to take that challenge that you issued to the media about putting out stories that help to bring, hopefully, or attempt to bring several generations together and make sure that they mesh and merge, and that the history is told as it should be told. Um,
Yeah, man.
I appreciate the opportunity. Until next time, my brother.
Hey, definitely. Thank you, man. This was one to remember, man. I appreciate you all times, bro.
All right, I appreciate it. All right, everybody, the Hype Magazine live sessions. Murphy Lee, the new album is Second Time Around. Go get that on newmurph.com, and also check out the routing for the Murphy Lee experience, and they're traveling around the country. Maybe they'll hit a city near you. You know what I mean? Go out and support this young leader. All right, young
There
lion.
it is.
Till next time, we're out.
You see.